Amilcare Brunel is a psychologist, 1992, a specialist in educational guidance and human development, 2001. And he is an educational counselor since 1994 and has a master's degree in interdisciplinary social research, 2008. He is the author of the books Transitional Guidance 1.0, 2014. When Men Speak and co-author of Role and Sense of Educational Guidance in Colombia. He currently works as an independent interdisciplinary social researcher on sexuality, contemporary pedagogies and existential educational counseling and guidance. Some of the authors who have written about Confluent transitional counseling are Amilcare Brunel, Jose Nava Ortiz, Silvia Gabriela Vasquez, Shirley Osorio León, Carlos Borja, Julio González. Members of the Latin American Network of Guidance Professionals, RELAPRO, which is the entity that proposes this pedagogical model of educational guidance with an existential approach and an interdisciplinary epistemological basis. The Confluent Transitional Guidance for the Ethical Meaning of Life is an educational and existential guidance model that looks to facilitate the construction of an ethical sense of life in students and educational communities. This model is based on the ethics of the ancestral cultures of America and Africa, such as culture, Abya Yala, Nisotric cultures, and Ubuntu, I am because I belong. The Manfred Max Neef's theory of development on a human scale, the Winnicott's concept of transitionality, and Socratic Maieutic pedagogy. This model is based on the ethics of the ancestral cultures of America and Africa, such as culture, Abya Yala, Nisotric cultures, and Ubuntu, I am because I belong. The Manfred Max Neef's theory of development on a human scale, the Winnicott's concept of transitionality, and Socratic Maieutic pedagogy. The method is applied emphasizing the relevant transitional academic moments and spaces of academic and social life in the educational communities with which we work. The principle of confluence consists in that all the human actions of the educational guidance converge towards human development from one of the three lines of the model: social, personal or academic development. Regarding the conceptualization of life as a transcendental phenomenon par excellence, principles of the philosophy of José Ortega and Gasset are applied. He focused on the study of human life and its realization, and considers the life as the radical reality, and reason as one of its essential components. This model contemplates three main areas: community life, academic life and academic professional life. Confluent Guidance, OTC, is an educational guidance proposal that seeks to abord the totality of the human being, considering at the same time and in equal magnitude all possible areas of guidance. According to Max Neef, the realization of human needs is essential to guarantee the well-being and development of individuals and communities. This author proposes that fundamental human needs are few, finite and classifiable into 9 axiological categories: subsistence, protection, love, understanding, participation, leisure, creation. Identity and freedom. Brunel 2015 adds the need for communication. This author proposes that fundamental human needs are few, finite and classifiable into 9 axiological categories: subsistence, protection, love, understanding, participation, leisure, creation. Identity and freedom. Bruno 2015 adds the need for communication. These needs do not have a hierarchy like the one proposed by Maslow, but are complementary and can be carried out simultaneously in different ways, satisfiers, depending on the context and culture. The OTC is applied through pedagogical strategies that facilitate the construction of an ethical meaning of life in students and formal and non-formal educational communities. Example: prison or hospital environment. This model allows knowing and valuing the cultural and ethical diversity of the different regions and peoples of Latin America and the world. This model allows knowing and valuing the cultural and ethical diversity of the different regions and peoples of Latin America and the world. This model is applied through pedagogical strategies such as Socratic maeutics, teaching for understanding, meaningful learning and conceptual pedagogy consolidated in the pedagogical method, synopsis, created by Katia Conrado and Amilcar Brunel, 2015. The OTC model develops 3 lines of action. 1. Guidance for community life. 2. Guidance for academic life. And 3. Guidance for personal life. These lines seek to facilitate the construction of an ethical meaning of life in students and educational communities, based on the integration of existential dimensions, to have, to do and to be. This guidance model has several benefits for students, such as, it helps them to develop their community, intrapersonal and interpersonal awareness, which allows them to have a better relationship with themselves and with others. It facilitates the construction of their ethical meaning of life, understood as the purpose or reason for existing that gives them well-being and happiness. It offers them tools to fulfill their axiological existential needs, such as subsistence, protection, love, understanding, participation, recreation, creation, recreation, identity and freedom. Provides guidance in each transitional stage that allows them to adapt to the changes and challenges that arise in their personal, academic and professional life. It allows them to know and appreciate the cultural and ethical diversity of the different regions and peoples of Latin America and the world.